Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Wild Wednesday. So, first off, show what I've been working on. I finished up the rest of the enclosures and got all but the wolves in, and I'm super excited. I don't know if she's in the enclosure yet, but in the shop, I found an albino. Yeah, there she is! An albino reindeer! Look how cute she is! Filled in this staff area, filled in this like shopping, restroom, and rest area. And then yeah, finished the rest of the enclosures, and the only animals left to be bought are the wolves. I also like connected everything with like just quick paths so that it stopped yelling at me. I finished the layout for the most part of the rest of our India area. Um, yeah, so we have, where's the sign? So this is going to be our flamingo enclosure here. This one, guests can go into certain habitats and they can go into the peacock one. So I thought for the peacock enclosure could do this beautiful Indian garden with the peacocks roaming it. I thought that would be really cool. And then I did the path here and did an invisible path here since it's high enough. The peacocks won't like yeet themselves out because they can't get down here. So it means this can be open. And guests can not only come down here and see, and they can get through it through the actual peacock enclosure, but the guests from up here can also see. This is actually going to be the pangolin, which isn't until next week. This is going to be our, over here, our rhinoceros and, what is it? Rhino and wild water buffalo. So yeah, we're going to be doing this one, and this one today. First off, we are going to talk about the Indian rhino. Look at the cute face and the little eyes and the little blockhead. Oh, did I close? Oh, I'm so dumb. I closed out all my talkie talks. There we go. Let me just... Come on. Work faster. All right. So the Indian rhinoceros, scientific name Rhinoceros unicornis, also called the Greater One-Horned Rhinoceros or the Great Indian Rhinoceros. It is native to the Indian subcontinent and is listed as vulnerable. Nearly 85% of the global's Indian rhinoceros population is concentrated in Assam, where the Kaziranga National Park contains 70% of that 85%. So because of this, that 70% is inherently at risk. So, like if a disease goes through there or poaching happens, habitat loss, if natural disasters or a war happened, it could cause that 70% to be basically entirely wiped out. The 70% is also at risk for inbreeding, and many conservation efforts include the expansion of other protective areas, introduction of new rhinos into existing areas, and moving a portion of the 70% into new areas to help increase genetic diversity and reduce the chance of inbreeding. Phone, why are you like this? Oh, right. So Indian rhinos once ranged across the entire northern part of the Indian subcontinent, along with the Indus, Ganges, Brahmaputra river basins, from Pakistan to the Indian Myanmar border, including Bangladesh and the southern parts of Nepal and Bhutan. The range is now only the Terai grasslands of southern Nepal, northern Uttar Pradesh, northern Bihar, northern West Bengal, and in the Brahmaputra Valley of Assam. Habitat degradation caused by human activities and climate change, which have resulted in increased flooding, have been the cause of a large amount of deaths and have limited the Indian rhino's ranging areas. Other factors include severe infestation of native plants or of invasive plants, which are outcompeting native plants and causing grasslands to become just like less biodiversity, less healthy, and also the grazing of domestic livestock also is taking up a lot of the Indian rhino's natural diet. They're grazers by nature, and their diet consists almost entirely of grasses, with some leaves, branches of shrubs and trees, fruits, and aquatic plants, making their way into their diet just from them naturally grazing along the ground. Indian rhinos are one of the motifs on the Pashupati seal, and many rhino terracotta figures were excavated at the archaeological sites of the Indus Valley Civilization. The Indian rhino is the Vahana of the Hindu goddess Devadi, and a Vahana denotes the being, typically an animal or mythical entity, associated with a particular Hindu deity, and it's said that that Hindu deity then uses the Vahana as a mount. Indian rhinos have also been woven into the iconography, representation, and myths of the Fati as well. The Rhinoceros Sutra is an early text in the Buddhist tradition, found in the Gadadhara Buddhist texts and the Pali Canon, as well as there is a version incorporated into the Sanskrit Mahayastu. It praises the solitary lifestyle and stoicism of the Indian rhino and is associated with the eremitic lifestyle symbolized and practiced by Pratyeka Buddha. Eremitic means hermit or recluse, especially one under religious vow, and Pratyeka Buddha is an individual who independently achieves liberation without the aid of teachers or guides and without teaching others to do the same. Among the incarnations or avatars of Vishnu, Sutapahaha is the third, and some say that the Vahaha avatar is not a wild boar or pig with one horn, but an albino Indian rhino. Some even claim that it is possibly an Elasmotherium, which is an ancestor of the present-day rhino. So artists in the Indus Valley carved seals and cameos of the rhino into soft steatite, perfectly capturing the tiniest detail of the animal, including like hairy ears and a horned snout. And the Indian rhino iconography pops up quite a bit in the Indus Valley civilization. In the sutra, the Buddha says one should wander alone like a rhino. The refrain goes, renouncing violence for all living things, harming not even a one, you would not wish for offspring, so how a companion wander alone like a rhinoceros. Now that refrain has been the subject of some controversy. The text literally says wander alone like a sword horn, which is the translation of the Pali term for rhinoceros, and further evidence that the word is referring to rhinoceros is the original portion of the script. Sorry, I'm getting everything jumbled. I'm trying to make sense of all this. My brain is not working. Okay. So, The Persian word Kagdan resembles the Sanskrit word for rhinos, and it also means sword. So you have language etymology, um, direct translations, and also symbology, all sort of supporting that when the Buddha was talking, he was talking about rhinoceros, and not some other animal. Furthermore, in mythology, the rhino often pops up. So, when the Hindu god Vishwakarma was stoned, according to the Thiru folktale told by Himanta Mishra in his memoir The Soul of a Rhino, he picked the best parts of many animals on earth and stitched them together. His creation had the skin of an elephant, the hooves of a horse, ears of a hare, eyes of a crocodile, the brains of a bear, the heart of a lion, and the horns like Nandi Shiva's bull. It is said that Viswakarma creatively twisted, molded, and further modified these parts, fusing two horns into one. And the writer Mishra writes, the result was beyond his expectation, a masterpiece of the art of imperfection. So you can see that Indian rhinos have played quite an important part, especially in Buddhist and Hindu religions, and even in ancient civilizations such as the Indus Valley civilization. They are going to be in the same habitat as the wild water buffalo. Very exciting. They need a grade 4 with 2 meters minimum, which means just like the standard height works. We're only going to have 2. We're going to have a male and a female. And let's go over some fun facts. So, number 1, the horn of the Indian rhino is made out of keratin, the same material that our fingernails and hair are made out of. Fun fact number 2, rhinos are closely related to horses and zebras. Number 3, rhinos like to cover themselves in mud to protect their skin from the sun and insect bites. Number 4, they can run at 30 miles per hour for short distances, slightly terrifying. And number 5, female Indian rhinos make whistling noises to attract males. Like I said, they're going to be in the same enclosure as the wild water buffalo, so we're going to take a look at them next. Oh, let me take a drink. 1 second. All right. The wild water buffalo, scientific name Balis arnei, I'm just going to say arnei, is also called the Asian buffalo, the Asiatic buffalo, the wild Asian buffalo, and is listed as endangered. They are native to the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia and can be found in India, Nepal, Bhutan, Thailand, and Cambodia. It has gone locally extinct in Bangladesh, Laos, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka. They can be found in grasslands, swamps, floodplains, and densely vegetated river valleys. In India, the populations are largely restricted in and around Kaziranga, which we mentioned before. With the rhinos, that's where like 70% of the population is. Wild water buffaloes can also be found in Manas, and some sanctuaries and national parks. They really don't exist outside of these national parks, unfortunately, and the same is in Assam. They're found in a few scattered pockets in Memorial Wildlife Sanctuary, and that's essentially it. Scientists are estimating a population reduction of at least 50% over the next 3 generations due to a myriad of things, including interbreeding with domestic water buffaloes, hunting, habitat loss, degradation of wetlands, diseases, and parasites transmitted by domestic livestock, and competition for food and water between wild water buffaloes and domesticated water buffaloes. They are legally protected in Bhutan, India, Nepal, and Thailand. in the Thai and Sinhalese animal and planetary zodiac. The water buffalo is the third animal for the Thai zodiac and fourth for the Sinhalese zodiac. And in the Minangkabau of West Sumatra, they adorn their houses and clothing with motif based on the water buffalo's horn as a tribute to the legend that goes, they pitted a buffalo chosen by their kingdom against one of the Majapahit Empire, and their kingdom won. And as a result, the water buffalo became a very popular motif and pops up a lot in their iconography. A domesticated form called the carabao is considered a national symbol in the Philippines, and there's actually in the town of Pulilan, there is a Carabao festival that happens every year on the 14th and 15th of May, and it is in honor of Saint Isidore the Laborer, who is the patron saint of farmers. They do a big parade where they like march the water buffalo down the main street, adorning them with garlands and other decorations. And they might like march them up to the church, and then there is like the bowing of the carabao, which just look up the festival. It is gorgeous, is all I have to say. So they get their species enrichments from the Indian rhinoceros and the Malayan tapir, but I figured since we already did the Malayan tapir twice, not going to have them in a third enclosure. They need an enclosure of 3 with a height of 4.125, and they require some swimming area. We're going to have probably 5 or 6. Probably do like one boy and then a group of girls. And our fun facts. So, number 1, along with the gar, the wild water buffalo is the heaviest of bovine species. Number 2, they graze in the morning or evening and can be active both during the day and night. Number 3, populations are susceptible to disease and parasites that are often passed by them to them by domestic livestock and other domestic cattle and other livestock. Words work properly. Number 4, the vast majority of the remaining populations of water wild buffaloes live in protected areas in Indian national parks. And lastly, number 5, the horns of wild water buffalo are up to 6.6 feet wide, giving them the largest horns of all living bovids. Animal number 4, who will be going in that first enclosure I pointed out, is the Greater Flamingo. I couldn't find a lot about Greater Flamingos. Like, they're in a lot of mythology, but it was really hard to find more than just a couple lines sort of saying what they symbolize and actually finding like actual fact-checked myths. So, So the Greater Flamingo, Phenocopter, Phenocopterus, there we go, roseus, is the largest species of flamingo and is found in Africa, the Indian subcontinent, the Middle East, and in southern Europe. It's listed as least concern, but some threats to include bacteria, toxins, polluted waterways, and encroachment on their habitat. They live in mudflats and shallow coastal lagoons with salt water. To early Egyptians, the flamingo was represented with the god Ra, who is the god of the sun. In Peru, flamingos are considered a sacred animal that have been found preserved. They've also been depicted in various types of artwork. Flamingos were gifts for lovers and exhibited in rich Roman villages where they lived as both animals and decorative elements in mosaics for those who could not afford a live peacock. And to early Christians, flamingos symbolized the truth and rebirth. and were often associated with Christ. In India, the flamingo is often associated with Hamsa and is said to symbolize purity, knowledge, divinity, and enlightenment. And as the scientific name might suggest, Phenocoprodus, the flamingo has been associated with the phoenix, often in Greek mythology, and has often represented rebirth, reincarnation, truth, purity, knowledge, divinity, enlightenment, all those things. It often has been associated with sky or sun deities, and also aligned with the fire element. It is said one of the reasons why they have so often been associated with truth is because they have a very specially shaped tongue that allows them to filter out food from within the mud, and people have taken that as symbology for being able to filter out the truth from lies. They can be held in with hedges. So I might actually change their enclosure to pretty hedges, and it only needs to be 1 meter so guests can just see right in. And guests can also enter the habitat, and that's also something I'm trying to incorporate. So we'll see what we can do. Yeah. We need at least 10. So we'll probably get 2 boys, about 30 girls. That should hopefully be good. Their fun fact number 1 is they develop their pink coloration from the food they eat. They accumulate carotenoid pigments in their feathers from the algae and invertebrates they feed upon. Number 2, parent flamingos can identify their chicks' cry from within a crowd of thousands of other flamingos. Number 3, flamingos are born with straight beaks. The beaks start to curve when they are 1 month old and allows them to filter feed. Number 4, they often stand on one leg and also do this when sleeping. It is believed to prevent heat loss, as only one leg is exposed to the cold air or water. And number 5, the earliest forms of flamingos are seen 40 million years ago in the fossil record. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the Indian peafowl, the pretty boys. So the Indian peafowl, or Pavo cristatus, is also known as the common peafowl and the blue peafowl. It is native to the Indian subcontinent and listed as least concerned. It inhabits the wet and dry deciduous forest, but it is known for its ability to adapt to a myriad of climates and regions. As a result, it has been introduced into many regions over the years. And to give a perspective of just how long peacocks have been getting introduced into other environments and regions and countries, by 450 BCE, it's said to have reached Athens, and it was probably introduced into Greece in general even earlier. So you can imagine it's been introduced into a lot of places, and some of those places include the United States, Mexico, Honduras, Costa Rica, Colombia, Guyana, Suriname, Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, South Africa, Spain, Portugal, Madagascar, Mauritius, Reunion, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Australia, New Zealand, Croatia, and the island of Lokrum. And even in parts where it hasn't gotten feral and sort of meshed its way in with the local ecosystem, it also is used on a lot of farms, such like in Canada. You often find them on farms being raised up. Going back to Greece, some scholars believe the settlement on the island of Samos is where the first peacock was revered and in time dedicated to the Greek goddess Hera. And the peacock's arrival in west of India to Persia or the Middle East is often linked to King Solomon, and there's also a lot of evidence that peacocks got exported into other parts of the world via Persian trade routes. And it was sort of Persia who went, yeet, peacock for you, fancy bird, you know you want it. In the Uttara Ramayana, there is a story that elaborates on Indra, who was unable to defeat Ravana They sheltered under the wings of a peacock and later blessed it with 1,000 eyes and fearlessness from serpents. In another story, Indra, who is being cursed with 1,000 ulcers, was transformed into a peacock with 1,000 eyes. Kumari is generally depicted with a peafowl, and a peafowl also serves as her clairvoyance. There is a peafowl named Paravani who serves as the conveyance of the god Kartikeya. Krishna is generally depicted with peacock feathers adorning his head. Lakshmi, the consort of Vishnu, is the goddess of prosperity, luck, beauty, and is symbolized by a peafowl. Another peafowl named Sitra Mekhala is associated with Saraswati, a deity representing benevolence, patience, kindness, compassion, and knowledge. So especially when it comes to the Indian subcontinent, it's really easy to see that the peacock is viewed as a symbol of royalty, wealth, prosperity, and the gods. At one point, there was even a magnificent jeweled peacock throne that existed in northern India in the earliest part of the 17th century. Unfortunately, it was plundered in the 8th century as part of a war booty by the Persian king and lost forever. Some other places peacocks show up. They were often on the reserved side of Roman coins that featured the empress. Again, that association with peacocks and royalty. Marie Antoinette was known to wear not only ostrich plumes, but peacock plumes in her hair. During the Byzantine era, peacocks decorated the gardens of wealthy Byzantines, where they roamed freely as a statue of wealth and living exhibits on estates, just like flamingos were. In Greek mythology, when Argus, the guard assigned to watch over the goddess Hera, fell asleep and subsequently was killed by Hermes on order of Zeus, Hera just was overcome with grief. And so to kind of make it up to her, Zeus gave the 100 eyes of Argus to Hera's favorite bird, the peacock. And also in the lore, Hera created the peacock from Argus. In Egypt, peacocks are linked to the worship of the sun god Amun-Ra. And so when talking about Egypt, there's a lot of times there was slight variations on who was being worshipped and how, based on what side of the river you were on. And so you might have Sekhmet being worshipped in one part, but Bastet was worshipped in another. So just like how flamingos are associated with Ra, Amun-Ra is associated with, flamingos with Ra, Amun-Ra with peacocks. And the peacocks are also associated with the all-seeing eye of Horus. To the Hindus, the peacock is associated with the Indra, the god of thunder, who became a peacock endowed with 100 eyes that enabled him to watch out for the demon Ravana. And in Christianity, just like how certain parts had the peacock or the flamingo being associated with the life and death of Jesus Christ, the peacock also as well has been a symbol that has been associated with the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. As you might have guessed from the second part of its name, Christatus. They are compatible with the Indian elephant and the Indian rhinoceros, but can't do a pretty walk-through garden if I put them together, so didn't. Because they also can be kept in with a grade 1 fence with means of pretty hedges, and only 1.25 meters is required. We're going to have a nice flock of them, and hopefully we end up getting an albino one, because that would be amazing. So let's go into the fun facts. So number 1, the Indian peafowl is the national bird of India and represents wisdom in the religion of Buddhism. Number 2, there is a direct correlation between how many eye spots a peacock has on its tail and how successful he is at finding mates. Peahens are often more aggressive than peacocks. They will fight other females to gain access to a particularly attractive male and prevent others from getting too close to him. 4, peacocks will molt and lose all their tail feathers in a 2-week period during late summer. They spend the winter regrowing them, ready for the following mating season. And number 5, peafowl will often kill and eat baby cobras. This behavior has led to them being respected and revered in Indian folklore. Alright. Let's get into this. I think we're going to start with the flamingos just because I feel like that's going to be an easier one, and unfortunately I am a little short on time today. I can only stream until about 3 o'clock, unfortunately, and that's because we had some flooding happen via a sink backing up upstairs, so it flooded and ruined some drywall and some wood paneling in the laundry room, and then we've been having some other issues with weird water damage happening. So we have a plumber and contractor coming in to figure out what's going on and start making a game plan for getting everything fixed. So he comes at 3, so I have only about another hour and a half to stream, unfortunately, today. So let's try to get as much as we can done. So first off, I want to go to the flamingos. And how high did it need to be? 1 meter. Excellent. And I want to change this whole thing and down to 1 meter. Because then guests can literally just like look at that. Look at how pretty that's gonna be. And guests can walk through the flamingo exhibit. So what I think I want to do is create a little, let's go, habitat, barriers is what I want. Guest gate here, guest gate here, paths. I think I want to do more natural path. There. That way, like, they can still walk through, they can still get up close, but also the animals still have spots to go away. We are now going to make, oh, not that big, please don't. The water area, because they're flamingos. They need water. There we go. Now let's smooth that out. I want to get more like stuff around the zoo in general done. But this week, it's just been a week. Okay, cool. So now we got the water, we got the splishy splashes. Perfect. Let's take away this awful, like, it's a great sign. I love the sign, but it doesn't match here. Also, I'm excited. So in the next update, one of the things that's coming is small exhibit gates. And I'm hoping that means like I'm hoping we eventually get like half gates. So it's not like, you know, the door is sticking out like a sore thumb, but actually can be level. I'm really hoping we get that. Okay. Habitat. Flamingo. I like the flamingo. Do 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 do. Where's the flamingo? On Greater Flamingo. There we go. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we'll do like one by the path here, and then we'll do one over here for flamingos who don't want to be fucked with. Okay. So oh, what was that on? Okay, there we go. So we're gonna do the jetties. I mean, that feels really big. Maybe we'll just do platforms. And we'll have them sort of like this. I like that. Oh, this is not easy. There. We're gonna have them sort of like mishmash. Like that. That way they can come out. I don't like how that looks at all. Why don't I ever just do the thing that's going to make my life easier right away first? Okay, cool. And then we'll do one coming out over here. Perfect! Is there any, like, shelters? No. They're over here by guests. So they can be all cute for the guests. There we go. Alright, now let's get into the enrichments. The only thing they want is the forage. Where can I put it? Oh yeah, right by the water. Perfect. And then this will actually go in the water. We'll do a little mobile over here. We'll do a little sniff over here. And then we'll do the water sprinkler right here by guests. And there's all the basic needs met. Now what's next to do? So big stretch. Okay. Look at all these places. Nature. Biome. I just looked at it. Why do I forget? We're going to do aquatic. I think we're going to do floodplain. So aquatic grassland. Aquatic grassland. And then Asia. Alright, so we got some reeds. One of my favorite things to do is take like one of these coastal mangroves and just right in the pool. Perfect. Okay, let's see what we have for water plants. We got underwater eelgrass. We got underwater temple plants. Okay. That. And a little bit over here. Cool. Link that together with a smaller piece. Perfect. Now we'll do this. these areas, and then perfect. Right here. Alright, we're almost done all this grass. Just going to put some of this stuff. And a couple of like the really sparse ones. Perfect. Then we're just going to spread about these temple plants. Oh, I can do a random rotation every time I put them down. Why am I making my life harder? Awesome, and then these ones. Alright, then we're gonna quickly paint the terrain, because this should be heavy soil. There we go. Excuse me, why is it becoming night-night? I guess it's not, just looked like it's sunset for a second. There we go. Put some like mud over here. There we go. Back to nature. All right. They're mainly going to go palm trees. And then a couple more mangroves. Where are you? There you go. Right on the edge here. There we go. Don't really want to put reeds. Now I think. Yeah, I like that. I think maybe just a couple more plants over by here. little hawthorn bushes. And let's see. I don't think the rock needs to be that big. Rock for that tree. Oh, that's a big rock. Also a big rock, but possibly? Yeah. Cool. I feel like this one needs small flat rock. Or maybe just flat rock. Yeah. Perfect. And I think, that is the flamingo habitat done. Maybe put rock. I kind of like the idea of because the issue is the flamingos will go through this, so I kind of like the idea of just leaving it up like that. Alright, flamingos. Done. Peacock area is huge and going to require a lot of detailing, so let's not do peacock. Let's, though, do the path. Come on, come on. Then also a little loop. Right. Come on, can I get you to turn the way I need you to? I need to shorten how long this is. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Follow this. Okay. You know what? It works. It works. Cool. Okay, so let's do the multi-species enclosure, which was going to be this one. Yes. No, I lied. It was this one. I can't remember what I'm talking about. What is one for the Himalayan brown bear? This one was going to be the Himalayan brown bear. There we go. I remembered. Got it. It's fine. How high did I need to make this? Um, 2 meters. So it was the buffalo that needed the higher one. 4.1. There we go. And then I am going to... No, I'm going to adjust it a little bit. I don't like exactly how it's sitting in some places. Like that. That's fine, that's fine. There. Yeah. Okay, cool. I guess cannot enter the habitats, I don't think. No. Nah. Okay, cool. Okay, so the wild water buffalo obviously needs areas to swim, so that's what we're going to take care of first. I don't think we actually have a waterfall yet, so maybe we'll do a waterfall. Maybe like a waterfall in the center sort of thing. Flatten to foundation. Smooth everything out. Bam! Water. So waterfall, yeah, here they are. Oh, it looks so little. What if... No, I like how tall this one is. Like that. Nice. Okay. Habitat. Indian rhino. Excellent. Alright, so first, food trough. Next is we'll put one over here, and I'll put a smaller one over here. Perfect. And now I'll go into enrichment items. Alright, so we have a hanging grazer, a barrel, let's do like a melon by the water. Alright, for toys, we're gonna do this big mud pit like over here. Do a couple sprinklers. Large tire and a scratching post. Okay, cool. Now we need wild water. Can I also use this? Excellent. Okay. Do they need a different type of food? No, they don't need a different type of food container. So those are also... We'll need to just add that one. So we got that one. Got that. Add a scratching tamarind tree. That will blend in better. And they like a ball. Okay, so that is now all the basic needs taken care of. What we need to do now is decorate. Okay, so tropical aquatic, I'm guessing, is what we're going with. Yeah, tropical aquatic. Aquatic. Tropical. All right. So first off, we're just going to start doing this and the fully mossy stones because this is like full on in the water. What other big rocks? There we go. There we go. Look at that already starting to come together. Bury this one. Just have a peek out like that. Perfect. More of the bigger rocks I think are needed. Maybe not that one though. Rocks, and more rocks. Let's start on the top a little bit though. Like that. Like that. I can still have random rotation on. I do. Oops. Need more flat rocks. Or flatter. Alright, that's pretty much done. Just have right here to do, which I can do with like one of these. Excellent, now it's just to fill in the spaces. So with a sharper edge. Well, if that works. What? Oh, can I get that? No, I'll do something else there. That's fine. Can I get this one to work? Sink it down. Okay, I need... Alright, that area is all done. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's also not what I want. Oh, I need to take that off. There we go. Big rock. Woo. There, another. Next big rock. Just last little sliver here. Do, 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 do. Need, oh, that's way too big. What if I just turn it like that? Alright, almost done. This multi-sided waterfall. No, not random rotation. Align to surface, please. There we go. Come on, come on. Okay, cool. All right. Rocks, please. Do not be difficult. Oh, that is completely off the axis. There we go. I'll camouflage that a little better. That into here. There. No, that one's not gonna fit. Up. Actually. Perfect. Alright, so we have the waterfall all done. You know what, I was like, oh, I'll just do 3. No, now I kind of wish there was a 4th one facing this way. Sure, I can Yeah, I can merge it with a lot of the other scenery that's already here. Just a couple more rocks. There we go, one. And now need better rocks. What if like that? There we go. All right, let's start looking at trees and that. Okay. We got palms, bamboos. Lots of bamboos. Could do a bamboo forest. Ooh, could do eucalyptus. Strangler fig. There's all sorts that we could do. But we know we're going to do tamarinds. But for our big trees, I think I want to do rainbow eucalyptus because they're just so pretty. Okay, perfect. Okay, so next, couple strangler figs off the rocks. Perfect. And then let's get the tamarins in there. Alright, almost done the canopy. Okay, so the canopy is done, and we're just going to take a quick look, and bam. You still see so much. Perfect. Now for this water, I want large. Like this all around the rocks is. You do not see the texture there of the waterfall. It does not exist. Okay. Don't want to too heavily plant it. What other? We have some water lilies. I don't feel like adding water lilies. Let's add some reeds though. think I do want to add some of those. Just like small clumps. It's not like good places to put them, not a lot of shallow areas. So all right, starting to come together. Oh, we could add some blue lotus. I do really like them. Here, I'll add them out here by the waterfalls. It's like little patches of them. Eh. There we go. Okay, I think for the most part we're almost done. I'm just gonna add a little more. There we go. Get more strangler roots on here. Something more detailed. Okay, it's like that. And like that. Perfect. This big honkin' chonker. Just like that. Like right in here. Yeah. There, just a lot of roots coming out. Perfect. Okay, that area is now done. So we have about 45 minutes. Sorry, I just got an email that is confusing me. Alright. Okay. Alright, now it is Flamingo Town. We have 45, like I said, we have 45 minutes. I think I do want to buy the flamingos and the rhino and that first, though. So, Indian rhino. A gold! We have a gold male right off the bat. Amazing. And then... Ooh, Nice. And then there we go. Oh. There. Now let's get our flamingos. Flamingo. We're gonna need a lot. So. Alright, now we're just gonna adopt girls from now on. Ooh, some silvers. That should be enough. I'm not gonna just have to click. Alright, 18, yeah, that should be good. Alright, let's get all those animals in their new enclosure, make sure everything actually is okay. Keep saying keeper is not assigned to this enclosure, and I have not been able to like figure out. Oh, it's not in the work zone. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Zoo. God damn it. Work zones. India. Edit. There. That should fix that. Okay, so all that is in the work zone. Okay, cool. Cool. All that's in the work. Okay, cool. What do you mean you can't reach the fucking habitat? This is also something else that's been happening. Feeding station cannot be reached. What do you mean? Right here. Fine, we'll move it. To... Oh, fucking hell. What do you mean? I think that's right by the habitat gate, too. Bam. We're just gonna delete it. It's fine. Mechanics, please leave me alone. Is it because... Zoo... Mechanics. Oh, I totally... Oh, they're all on Arctic shores. Yeah, you can't get to the enclosure across the map, not in your area. Fuck off. Okay, and I totally forgot to put an enclosure gate on this one. Habitat gate. Boop. And also on this one. Boop. Zoo. Work zones. Edit. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's get started on the layout of the garden. Realistically, I should not have done all this pathing. I'm just realizing that. Because I should align to grid and do the pathing that way so that it's all nice and neat. We'll just get rid of all of this. Phone, can you please stop turning off? You are supposed to stay on. Thank you. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Okay, align to grid. Thank you. Excuse me, align to the grid. There we go. All right, so we're going to continue the pretty mosaic garden path. It's going to come down like this. That's not going to line up. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll do a double path down the center. I wish you could like place longer square line to grid paths instead of just one square at a time. It's so annoying. Then I want these running down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's fine, those can be bigger. Deselect grid, join up all of these. And voila. That is sort of the rough outline. Now what I'm going to do is put everything in for the peacock. Oh, Peafowl. Indian Peafowl, perfect. So, first for the sleepy sleeps. Think maybe we'll make them a custom ones because I don't like any of the ones here. Just saying. Okay, we'll do a foraging pool over here and a foraging pool over here. I'll do a slow feeder here, over here. Over here I'm going to make a pond, I have decided. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That, smooth it out. Water. So we got a little pond there. There are going to be like fountains in that. Oh, and I need something for the birds to eat out of. Duh. Do like right there. Over here. Okay. So. I'm going to put a shelter sort of back here. Construction. Oh man. Realize how good the conservation pack ones would be for this, but it's fine. India. I guess I could also just go theme, Indian, brand, and then their content pack. Okay, cool. Let's go into the walls. What type? We just have these sandstone walls. That's fine. Ooh, let's make a nice curved little house for them. Little round house. I like that. And then I can't do it at an angle, can I? Ah! What happened? Computer, why? No, I can't. Okay. That's fine. We'll do that and then we'll do something else. Arches. Ooh, look how pretty the arches are. Ooh, I like that one. Pillars. That's what I need next. What's that? Pillar base. That. And then that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks a little silly. That's fine. Pillar tops. Okay, so it's like that. And that. Oh, they're big. I apparently do not know how to build with this stuff. Oh, that looks good as a top, though. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Structural props. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. Well, I want the roof. Oh, what do I have? I have a line to service. That's not what I wanted. don't know. No, okay. That is fine. We'll use the roof. Oops. Okay, I'll just have to move the pillars a little bit. What I'm going to do is move that just a little bit. Like that. Okay, cool. Oops, not what I meant to do. Copy. Like that. Okay, cool. That is the beginning of one of their little houses. What if... Yeah, right here. That's what I want. That's a little too tall, though. What? Oh, that's big. Oh, that also big. Oh, I wonder if I could get this one to work better, though. Okay. Ooh. Arch feature. Decorative element, decorative element. Align to service. No, you're not gonna work for me. Okay. Oh, I didn't quite get that actually, like, flush. Okay. I won't go too heavily into detailing in that now. Just try to get the rough shapes in that done. No. Can I get this to hang? Oh my goodness. From the inside of this roof. Don't know if I will be able to. Let's try. Okay, you. Fucking camera. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. Although, oh, they would look so cool if I could. Well, I wonder, okay, let's get that in. Go. Advance move. First step, flip it over. Oh, okay, maybe move it up a little bit so I can actually see it. Move it up. Bring it down. Voila. Pretty. Let's see if I can actually get it. If it'll actually. Oh my goodness, I am having issues with the camera. Did it just hook in there all nice and neat? I didn't have to do anything? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, it's fine. There. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's only about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to have to finish and get the peacocks done off stream, unfortunately. I'm going to try to put a lot more work into it this next coming week, so I'll get this done. And I'll try to completely finish up the Arctic area. And then hopefully get some of the, like, other small areas for, like, food, dining, and all that done in here. So I think for the last, like, little bit, I'm going to just enjoy the animals we were able to do. Enjoy all the cuteness. And then next week again, I'll show y'all what I've done, and then it's last week for India. So next week we'll be doing the Chinese pangolin, the clouded leopard, the Bengal tiger, and the Himalayan brown bear. And that will finish up the Indian area. So far, the only votes are for South America, which has a lot of cool exhibits, and will take us 2 weeks to do. So yeah, and then I'm gonna, when I get the conservation pack, I'm going to see where they can fit, and sort of go from there. So yeah, I will just mute myself and y'all enjoy the cute animals for like the last 15 or so minutes.